Okay, we are going to do the weekly love readings, starting off with Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. For the final few days of April and the first few days of May. Let's have a shuffle. Spirit guides, universe, and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Aries' highest good. How is Aries feeling in these final few days of April 2025 and the beginning days of May with regards to when they're thinking about, dealing with, or manifesting in? 3 cards, please, for how Aries is feeling. If you're new to the channel, I'll do 3 cards for how you're feeling, 3 cards for how your person's feeling, and 3 cards for the outcome. I'll clarify why they feel the way that they feel, get messages from them, and I'll get you some advice from Spirit as well. Okay, how is Aries feeling first of all? Hi, welcome into the chat. Hi, Harry. Varying red beards here. Thank goodness it's Friday. I agree. Hi, Charlie. Right, we have got, oh my god. Oops, I wobbled my tripod. We've got the Ace of Wands upright. So the Ace of Wands is, to me, it's usually a rebirth of a connection. Okay, there's a lot of emotion here with all this water crashing about. We've got a seed, you know, with the wand, which is phallic growing out of it, which is passion, adventure, excitement, enthusiasm. And then we've got these birds rising up like a phoenix from the ashes. So for me, an Ace of Wands is a rebirth of an existing connection. This is a love reading, so you know I would always read it as that. Hi, neighbour. Let's get another card for how Aries is feeling. So it could be someone that you're already dealing with, or it could be, you know, that you've fallen for someone or you're excited about someone and it's made you feel like you are having a life over. Sometimes you feel like a teenager again when you start dating. You can't believe how good you feel. The moon, okay, so a little bit of fear, but we're walking forwards anyway. This is the major arcana for Pisces. Oh my god, like I love tarot. It's the major arcana for Pisces. It's in the story of the major arcana, the fool realizes that he must walk forwards anyway, even if he's afraid, even if he doesn't know what's going to happen, or he doesn't know everything about the situation. He must walk forwards anyway. Thank you for the likes, guys. Thank you. I got to 500 and it lasted 24 hours and then one person unfollowed. I was like gutted, but I'm used to seeing that. I'm used to seeing it. I'm sure we'll get to 500 again. This is a collective reading for anyone who's the sign of Aries, or you can cross-watch if you're dealing with an Aries. I'm not currently taking individual questions. I need to get 500 subscribers, and then you need a certain number of watch hours. So as long as you're watching the full reading and not dipping in and out, we'll be all right, I think. We'll get there soon. Oh, why have we got the Wheel of Fortune reversed? Maybe some challenges or some bad luck. Something that causes some bumps in the road for this rebirth, or just major excitement. There's fear, but there's literally obstacles, because this is the universe being involved, okay? So it's things that are outside of you and your person. Now, weirdly, this landed in the challenge position. It's the Ten of Cups. So the one that's on your mind, the one that you're dealing with, they could have children already. They could have a family dynamic. Because the Ten of Cups is everyone who's living in the familial home having their cup full, feeling happy, feeling satisfied, satiated. Cups of feelings. It's water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But it's everyone in the household feeling happy. Usually involves children as well. So that's the challenge. So what's, I wouldn't say it's bad luck, but bumps in the road could be like, this person has a lot on their plate. They have many people to think of. Most times you're putting your kids' feelings before your own, aren't you? So right, the next cards that have come out, sorry, I just nearly knocked my gin glass over. Let's put that down there. The next cards that we've got out are a combination. We've got the Sun card upright, and we've got the Five of Pentacles upright. That's a strange combination to get, because the Sun card is about being carefree. It's wild abandon. It's like that childlike naivety, being happy, not having a care in the world. The Five of Pentacles is being out in the cold. It's lack of money, time, or energy from somebody. So I think that's the challenge. I think money, time, and energy is the challenge, like, to someone's happiness. They're not carefree, actually, because they've got the whole family to think of, which is normal. It's being responsible. It's being aware. You wouldn't be attracted to someone who disregards the feelings of people who are dependent on them. That would be really unattractive, wouldn't it? If someone's a good dad or a good mum, I find that attractive as a single person. I would be like, wow, they're already displaying the qualities of someone that I would like to meet. I only see it as a positive. Right, the Six of Wands upright and the Chariot upright. So the Six of Wands is about, let's go through one at a time. The Six of Wands is about victory, recognition, being celebrated for what you've achieved. It's being noticed, recognised, having lots of attention showered upon you. The Chariot is victory as well. It's action, it's, there's a locomotive there, because the Emperor jumps into the Chariot because he has a goal that he wants to achieve. It's either to defend or to take over, to assume more territory, to be victorious. So there's always a strategy, an end game. When we see the Chariot, there's movement, physical movement. That's good. Looking at the Ten of Cups as the challenge, trying to please everyone, and then having the Sun and the Five of Pentacles, money, time, and energy. We've got the Six of Wands and the Chariot. So I think this person wants to come across as, and I've never like thought about this before, so it's interesting that it's coming out, but they want to be viewed as a good mum or a good dad. They want to be viewed as a family person. They want to be viewed as successful in running a family life, one where everyone's happy. I've never said that before because I've never felt that before, okay? But with that combination, that's what comes to mind. Let's get 3 for the outcome. I think it's a nice person that you've picked. That person needs to go. Okay, in the outcome, we've got the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords is, it's about mental entrapment. Swords are thoughts, their feelings, their thoughts, their communication. In the Eight of Swords, she feels surrounded by problems. She doesn't see a way out. Okay, so that's her perspective. It's not the reality. In reality, you've blindfolded yourself, and there is a way out. You know, we can solve this problem. We've got the Knight of Cups reversed. So someone's holding back feelings. They feel overwhelmed. They feel stuck. It's their perspective, okay? And that's why they're not conveying emotions. I think that's you, because you've got fear and then you've got the Wheel of Fortune reversed. They've got the Sun and the Five of Pentacles, but then they've got the Six of Wands and the Chariot. So they're being action orientated. And they're also they're wanting to be perceived as successful. So I think it's you that's holding back feelings, but I may be wrong. Let's see. Let's get a third one. Thank you for the likes. This is a collective reading. It's for the sign of Aries. I'm going through the signs in zodiac order. It's a collective reading, a love reading. I don't answer personal questions. I can't until I've got 500 subscribers and then a certain number of watch hours as well. And then you would need to pay a super chat, and I will answer anybody for any question as long as they pay me a super chat, because you're already getting your collective readings for free. And I have a full-time job, okay? So I'm a full-time high school teacher, and I managed to do collective readings for all of the zodiac signs for free. But then if you wanted a personal question answering, you would need to pay a small amount for that. So I'm going to ask £10 for a super chat if you want a question live, or you can have 20 minutes all about you for £18 pre-recorded. It's a really good deal. It's better than paying for a live question, but I understand some people feel like they want to know in the moment. Do you see that when I'm distracted with the chat, it takes longer for me to pick a card because my mind isn't clear? Right, so it's Aries one more card for the outcome. Okay, having considered Aries and their person. The person's considered with victory, recognition, success, making moves, physically moving. And you're a little bit plagued by fear, although you want a rebirth, you're plagued by fear, and there's some general bad luck going on at the moment, some obstacles which are outside of your control. Oh, that's weird. So we've got the Page of Swords flown out upright, which is observation, information gathering. And then we've got the Judgment, which is call to action, but it's in the challenge position. Hi, Joe. Hi, George. Welcome in. Hi, Timothy. See, there's a lot of observation happening and information gathering. You see the chessboard. With the Page of Swords, it's someone who's watching, waiting, studying. They don't want to be seen watching. They're just trying to find out some stuff for themselves without involving anyone else. And the Judgment in the challenge is like, it's trying to raise the dead. The universe is like, come on, you know what you need to do, you know? That's the challenge. Is this person, they know what they need to do, are they going to do it? That's in the outcome, because they've got this fear, they're holding back their feelings. Do you see how clear the narrative is? Do you see how clear it is? Let me pull the camera back. It's very clear that someone's all up in their head. They're not saying anything to express their feelings, and then they're studying, and they're like, the universe is like, come on, you have to do something here. I think it's you, Aries, because the other person's raring to go, honestly. Like, they're in a power position. They're not holding back, they're not worried, they're just managing their responsibilities. Okay, so I've got a new oracle deck that I bought, as well as the other two, so I'm interested to see, because there's some different stuff in here. I'm interested to see. I'll add that on top of the Shadow Love. Let's clarify. You know why you feel the way that you feel, so let's find out what's going on with them. Why have they got the Five of Pentacles, please? Why is the one that's showing up in Aries reading, why have they got the Five of Pentacles? Look, it says hoity-toity. So someone that they've been involved with, like because it's a family dynamic, maybe a current husband or a recent ex-husband, or a current wife or a recent ex-wife. There's someone who loves to spend money. They're very much about appearance. You know, they've got expensive taste. They want more than what they can afford. It's too important to them what other people think. So that makes sense, doesn't it? That's freaky. Well, it's not freaky, it's spirit giving us a message, but it's double confirmation that there's a lot of outgoings for this person, because their person is obsessed with how everyone perceives them, and that they've got material wealth, that they're successful, they have assets, they have nice things. You know, it's always a celebration, like this is the vibe that this person's obsessed with. And sometimes when that's happened, it's because they've grown up in poverty. Not always. Sometimes they've grown up with money, so they just feel that they need to have that lifestyle. I don't know. There's lots of reasons why people overly care about what everyone else thinks, but they're splashing the cash too much. Way too much. Because the Five of Pentacles is lack of money, time, or energy, and I would say there's a lack of money here, and this is the reason why. Let's get another one. You know, like, I might be going out tonight, but I kind of hope that I'm not, because I want to be in doing tarot. That's mad, isn't it? I've bought a gift and a card just in case the person says, are you still coming? Achievable insight. Embrace practical steps towards clarity, bringing your goals within reach. Ticking clock. Let love unfold naturally and give it time to grow. Prickly defenses. Barriers caused by past hurts block you. Be patient. It's talking about... I think this person wants a lifestyle where there's more balance between the money that's spent and being practical. It's okay to care what people think. We all do that a little bit, but we need to be practical when we're managing a family and there's 4 people or 5 people or 6 people. We have to have enough to go around, and we have to be able to consistently pay for stuff, to have a slush fund, money in the bank. We can't just go wild and be like showy all the time. And I think maybe this person has some issues, some baggage, or some immaturity about them that they don't understand that. They're just not a practical person. But this person who's already got a family is really craving a partner that's just down to earth and knows what's important in life. The best things in life are free, aren't they? If you think that your kids are happy, you will go without material stuff. A narcissist or someone who's overly concerned with material things is often more concerned with themselves than what's best for the family, and having some savings and having some stuff that's, that they would rather give it to others than have it for themselves. They want someone who's a bit more humble, I think. Let's see what comes out of this new Oracle deck. Why have we got the 5 of Pentacles? Look at this, bad choices. That's interesting. They've picked someone that's just not in alignment with who they are. It's just genuinely like, we all do it. We pick someone who we think has a good job, or we pick someone who we think is good looking, or the sex is good, or whatever. Maybe we really like their maybe we really like their family, or they seem to be all set up and it gives us confidence to have kids. But sometimes a person's values are just not in alignment with ours, and we realise that retrospectively. I love getting new decks and stuff because different things are coming out because of it, and it just makes it more interesting, but makes it more comprehensive a reading for me. Let's get a confession from them. I think this is someone you've been involved with in the past that's gone on to get married and have kids, and they've got a full-blown family, but they're living a life that is on the outside successful because it's financially and materially successful, but their values are not in alignment with the person that they're with. I hope you haven't moved on. I love that. Right, let's get messages from them. Could be an old lover, guys. Oh my god. I want you. This looks like the 8 of Wands, doesn't it? Like fast action, progress, fast communication. I want to get you drunk. This person's like out to score. But not just sexually, like they want to just have they want a teammate. They want a teammate. Happiness is my priority. I told you, because 3 is the number of community. They want to feel like they've got a teammate. I don't think they care who the captain is. They just want to feel like there's nothing worse than running a household and setting rules and setting boundaries and routines, and then the person who's supposed to be in it with you undermining your decisions or telling the children they can do something that you said they can't. There's nothing worse than that. Or having a sort of plan over budget for things and the other person, just spending recklessly. Like, it's really, really difficult. Sometimes it's actually easier when they move out or you move out and you can have full autonomy over a household. Because you haven't got someone undermining you and what you're trying to achieve. Look, sex with you, you're very special. 6 of Wands and the Chariot. This person's a very passionate person. They want to be genuinely in love. They want to genuinely feel intimate, and they don't feel connected to the person that they currently have a very showy lifestyle with. Okay. Isn't it often like that? That's the case, isn't it? It's like one or the other. Like, you have a humble life, but you're very, very satisfied, or you have a very showy life, but you feel alone or disconnected from your person. They have to be away a lot. It's often like the sacrifice. I don't think that's the word that I'm looking for, but the price that you pay. Yeah, it's the price that you pay, I think. I need to carry on getting messages, actually, because I need to get messages for the outcome cards. So we've got the 8 of Swords. They could be an earth sign. I don't know why I'm getting that. Well, I do, because I think they're down to earth, grounded. They're good with money. And although earth signs are materialistic, they would never spend all of their money or spend a lot of their money knowing that there isn't more money coming. And it's when they spend money and buy things, it's their drive for earning more money. And they like security more than anything. So I get Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn off this person, and they're very passionate lovers as well. I'm absolutely in love with you. This is 6 of Cups, is a past life relationship. So you could have made a contract with this person in the 5D, which is to be carried out in the 3D. And you may have already done that. There could be an ex that you've had a relationship with previously, or there could be someone that you're supposed to have a soul union with in this lifetime, because you agreed to it in the 5D. Oh my god. It's a good job it's a Friday evening. We've got getting drunk, bad choices, happiness, sex with you. You're very special. I'm absolutely in love with you. Sex. It's like this person wants to feel genuinely close to someone. You can live in a large, like, stately home or a mansion house, and you could be in opposite wings to the person that's earning the money for that, and you might feel like 1,000 miles apart. I think we should see other people. That's over the call to action and the Page of Swords. So I think that's something they're saying to the one that they're currently with. Okay, and that's in the outcome. They're kind of, with the Knight of Cups reversed, it's like not wanting to show emotion, but certainly wanting to be physical. So they might be with someone who's older or someone who has a lower sex drive. Younger people can have a lower sex drive. It's very much individual. 8 of Swords, I'm absolutely in love with you. How would they know that unless they've already known you? It's an ex. That's why we've got rebirth on your side. That's why they're letting their inhibitions go. You lose your inhibitions when you're drunk. I'm not answering personal questions until I've got 500 subscribers, and then you would need to pay for a super chat, and then I would answer your personal question, okay? This is a collective reading. It's completely free for anyone who's the sign of Aries or cusps with Aries, if you're Taurus or Pisces, and if you're cross-watching an Aries because you're dealing with someone who's the sign of Aries, that's fine. If it's your moon sign. So we've had confessions, we've got messages from them. Let's see if we can get any more clues as to what's going on here with some more oracle decks. Both receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, closure issues. They want to move on. They're so ready. Boat is like the same as the Six of Swords. It's like, I would just want to leave behind what I've been dealing with. They're not stuck. They're not trying to make a choice. They're so over it. They're ready, for things to change. They're the one actuating the change, okay? They're provoking change. Distance. You and your partner may be physically or emotionally distant. So this person feels disconnected from the one that they're with. That's why they have no qualms with moving forwards. It's not something that they're trying to decide upon. It's a done deal. They just want to move on. Okay, but it's you that they want to be with. You are someone from their past. It says, I hope you haven't moved on. It's an ex, guys. And they have children. If there's someone that you know that has children, they, have like a wealthy lifestyle, but they're alone a lot of the time. Or yeah, they have seem to be on Facebook and on social media, people can look picture perfect. They can literally look like the perfect family, and you just don't know. They probably sleep in separate bedrooms, and people don't offer that information up. They don't, because why would you? And sometimes it doesn't matter to people, but to this person it matters, because if they are an earth sign, they will want to feel connected to their person emotionally, and that happens physically for a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. What's the nature of this connection, please? Between Aries and the one that's coming up in their reading, what's the nature of the connection? Nurture. Nurture your relationships like blooming flowers, and they'll flourish. Okay, so this person wants a healthy connection. At the moment, they have one that they feel they're, alone in. Even if that person was physically in the house, or, sometimes people have a partner that's physically away a lot, but sometimes they're always there, but it's emotionally distant. They need to feel connected to their person. It's very important for them. Right. Let's get you some advice. Spirit, what should Aries do with regards to this connection? travel. Seeing the surface of the ocean is not the same as diving deep to see the coral. Take a bit of time to get to know this person a bit more. Understand the situation, because they could be feeling all excited about getting involved with you. But from the point of, their viewpoint is from being within a relationship. I'm just going to answer a phone call. Hang on. Did you guys hear all that convo? Right. I think get to know the situation a bit deeper before you put your heart on the line fully. Because what I don't see on this spread for this person is a separation. I see a call to action, and I see someone who feels alone, but from within a situation. I don't see an ending to that situation. So I'm not saying it's not going to end, but they are not even at the point of being at a crossroads, okay? They're lonely, they're looking for connection. That's as much as what we've got at the moment. So Spirit's advice is for you to look deeper, okay? And just exercise a little bit of caution. Let's get some other advice cards. Because I'm now going out, what I'm going to do is I'll finish Aries, and then I'm going to get changed, go out, and I'll do Taurus and Gemini in the morning, okay? Because my friends want me out. I don't know if you could hear the phone call or not, but they want me out. So. It's my old workplace, actually. When I was a learning support worker in high school, and I used to look after a little boy in year 8. He had like one kidney. He had like moderate hearing loss, moderate to severe hearing loss, and he was just gorgeous. We had such a laugh. We were like partners in crime. But all the LSWs, like this one that's just rung me up, someone's retiring, and they're a big group of ladies. They're lovely. And she just, like, I knew she was lovely straight away when I met her. Her name's Azalea. And she made me feel so welcome. And then, when someone's just like an instant best friend, she's dead warm. She's Taurus, Aries. Well, she's a Taurus, but she's got Aries moon. She's a bit fiery. The sacred flow of yes. I think Spirit's saying that you should do it, but I think just let things flow, okay? Whatever it's supposed to be. Not every connection comes into our life because it's a forever connection, and I'm not ruling it out. But you're this person's wake-up call, and there's something to be said for lighting the fire in someone's eyes again. Like, I'm not talking just about passion, but intimacy, making them realise, like, that they're not actually happy where they are, and they're lonely, they're unfulfilled, they're not really living, they're just existing. Making them see what's important again. Sometimes we trigger that in people, but we don't get to keep them. And with the heaviness that I'm saying that with, that I've experienced that you don't always get to keep the person, but you wake them up. And I'm not saying you go round looking for people who are happily married and besotted and you just wreck a home. These are people that are waiting, they're waiting for something to come along. They've been waiting for a while. So much advice coming out. Wisdom, God has a plan for me. I live here now, knowing beauty is to come. I don't force things to happen faster than the universe has decided for me. I'll learn from my experiences, take small steps in faith, and succeed thanks to all of my efforts. Release. I stop fighting my fears and the hardships of life. I control my thoughts, live in the present moment, and accept each stage of life. I work on what I have power over and put into God's hands and what I can't change. I trust that everything will work out for the best. Everything turns to light. I work to improve myself, embrace all that life brings to me, and transform darkness into light. I allow myself to grow and become stronger. Serenity. Through love, release, and inner work, I know peace. I have a gentle view of life and welcome every step with confidence. I remain brave in the face of fear and have the wisdom to let the universe do its work. Attention. I am attentive to all that manifests within me. When negativity rises within me, I transform it into light, love, and hope. My love for others is unconditional. I forgive. My desire to improve is constant. I am firm, brave, and hardworking. Courage. I am stronger than fear and bigger than doubt. I am light and I remain light. I trust in God and stand tall before the tests of life. I grow and become wiser through every challenge. I am a being of new life. I'm sorry, but how well does that go? We've got fear, we've got tests, we've got new. It's all in there. Okay, I hope that resonates with some Aries out there. You're not too disappointed that I'll be doing the readings in the morning instead of tonight, but I need to go out sometimes, you know. All right, take care, guys, and thank you, Varying Redbeard, for moderating my channel for me. Doing a sterling job. I will have a good night, thank you. Take care, and I'll see you in the morning.